Hey everyone, so I'm just realizing like how pixely my eyesight camera is. It was more pixely before and I was like, Anyway, I'm vlogging. I'm really tired. I was gonna make this vlog like an hour ago. But then my dad was like, oh, let's go get some pizza. So we went and got some pizza. And now it is 10:45. So we've been eating really late at night, which is not good. But I wanted to make this a while ago, but I didn't because we went for pizza, obviously. But I thought I would tell you about my day. So here's what happened. Bailey and I decided to go to the thrift store. And this is the thrift store. Not just like consignment resale clothes thrift store. This is like the thrift store. Like, it is the thrift store. And like, here's what happened. There are these purple suede boots. And I'm like, oh, they look almost my size. And I would totally wear purple suede boots. So I was like, okay, I'll just try them on. And for some reason, the shoes are not organized in a sizely manner. And anyway, the inside of the boots were like a weird fabric. And for some reason, there was like a straw attached to the side. And I was like, okay, whatever. Then I started to get my foot in it, but then my foot like wouldn't go anywhere, and like the fabric was super weird, and it was sticking to my socks. So then I tried to get my foot out of the boot, and I tripped into the shoe rack and almost knocked the shoe rack over. And then I like went like this with my foot. Here's my foot, right? And I pointed my toes, and then here's the floor, and it goes shh like that. And so then I thought I almost broke my toe. But then I got dizzy. So I was dizzy. And then I was like, this is not good. So I went and I sat down. And Bailey was like, what's going on? But I went and I sat down. And I was just like, my foot really hurts because I didn't want to tell her that I was like gonna faint. And so I just sat down and I like tried to breathe. And here's what happens when I'm gonna faint. Things like, there starts to be a ton of little black dots. So, like, imagine a TV screen and then, like, little black dots, like, just start to invade. That's, like, my eyes when I'm gonna faint. And then the same thing happens, like, with my ears, except it's not black dots. It's just, like, silence and dizziness. And it makes me want to close my eyes really hard. And it makes me want a lot of water. And so I was like, oh, no, I'm gonna faint. And I didn't want to tell her. And then when I started to get over it, I was like, I almost just fainted. So that's what happened. And another time that I've fainted, I have really, really low blood pressure. So, like, that means that you're more prone to fainting, which is me. And then sometimes, most of the time, when I get really nervous, I forget to breathe and I just hold my breath, which is not good because then I get really lightheaded, and then my low blood pressure and that just mixture of no breathing and low blood pressure is like really bad, which makes me faint. And one time I went to the eye doctor and I had an anxiety attack because all this stuff was happening, and she put these drops in my eyes that like were blue so she could see if I had any scratches on my eyes. So my eyes were all irritated because I got like an eye infection from the ocean. So that's bad. I don't like the ocean. And I was like, oh my God, I'm not going in the ocean. But then I went in the ocean. I got an eye infection. So that just like reinstated my fear of oceans. But she put these blue drops in. And then I was like, oh my God. And then she was like, you're going to have to wear your glasses. And I was like, oh my God. And then I got invaded by black dots. And then everything actually like turned black. This was like legit fainting, and everything turned black, and then like I could hardly hear anything, and I was like, oh my God, Mom, like I need to sit down. I'm fainting. Like I think I'm gonna faint. And so then I laid down across a ton of the like waiting room chairs, and like everyone was freaking out in there because they were like, what is going on with this girl? And then I got, like, really hot, and they had to put, like, cold washcloths all over me. And then I went into, like, a state of shock because that was, like, the first time I had ever, like, fainted, or at least been, like, fully aware of what was going on if I had fainted. And, I think I might have fainted once when I was, like, younger, but that was, like, the first time that I, like, remember fainting. And, so it's like, oh my god, what's going on? So then I went into a state of shock, which is, like, equally as bad as fainting, because then it was like, yeah, that was a good description. Because then it's like, so that was bad. That was really bad. And then, what else happened? We went to this ice cream shop where they give you frozen yogurt. And, the frozen yogurt things are huge, and I can't even finish, like, half of it. And then we asked if we could get a small one split in half. And they did it. And it was amazing, because that means that we each only had to pay, like, $2 because we just, like, split a small, but it was in separate cups. And they had this strawberry shortcake flavor, and I love strawberry ice cream, so that was really good. But mainly my story was the whole, like, fainting at the thrift store thing. Oh, right. This is what I was going to say. So we just went out for pizza, and I almost fell twice because I'm wearing these gray boots, and you guys have seen them in, like, all of my outfit of the day videos and stuff, because I wear them all the time. And, the heel is, like, a tiny little heel, and they're the heels that Steve Madden always puts on their shoes. And they, like, are little tiny, like, half-inch wedge where it, like, comes down, like, gets thinner towards the bottom. And I don't know why, but I can just not walk in them very well. And so I usually try to walk very cautiously. I walked into this restaurant, and I don't know what's going on, because I almost fell onto a guy's chair. Like, I full-on slipped, and I had to grab onto his chair. And the majority of the people didn't notice, except for the girl he was sitting with, who kept staring at me all through dinner. It was kind of dinner, but it was kind of late, so I don't even know if I should call it dinner. But whatever, dinner. And she was staring at me, and then I was on my way to the bathroom, and I fell on my way to the bathroom, or not completely fell. But one time at school, I was walking down the hall, and I full-on fell on my butt. Oh, and there's another time where I was walking over a speed bump at my school. Like, I know that sounds weird, but I was walking over a speed bump. Whatever, we all walk over speed bumps sometimes, I guess. And my heel, like, slid down the speed bump, and then I slid down the speed bump, and there were all these, like, I feel so lame saying, like, oh my god, there were all these popular kids watching, but whatever. Like, in reality, they kind of are the popular kids. Like, everyone's like, oh, there's no popular kids at our school, whatever. It's like, because our school's, like, really big, so it's, like, kind of hard to differentiate, like, popular and non-popular. But they're popular. And I'm gonna curl my eyelashes right now, because does anyone notice that this eye, like, the eyelashes are better on this side? Which is weird, because these were my favorite. These eyelashes are, like, my favorite when I did my mascara this morning. That doesn't really change much, whatever. Pretty much this is my vlog. I know it kind of sucks, but I mean, like, sometimes I just like watching people's vlogs because I think that they have interesting things to say, and also people who, like, I like the sound of their voice and find it kind of soothing. So mainly, I hate watching Juicy Star 07 vlogs because, like, sometimes she has interesting stories. Like, I like her throughout the year videos because she has had, like, all those illnesses, and I like stories about illnesses and crime. And that makes me sound, like, super deranged, but whatever, we all like drama. And, but I just don't like her voice, and she rambles and tries to talk really fast. And but there are other people whose vlogs I really do like. And, I feel like this is kind of pointless, but I'm probably going to post it anyways, and then probably take it down in a while. I'm not going to edit it. Almost 10 minutes now, but maybe that was an interesting story about me fainting at the thrift store, except I didn't fully faint, but whatever. I have only ever fainted. I've fainted a couple times. I think I fainted, like, twice more than the times that I told you about, so I'm not, like, a constant fainter, but I only have, like, fainted in, like, public. Like, I've never fainted at my house. which would be a lot better if I fainted at my house. So yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Or maybe it's fortunate. I don't know. That is my life question for you guys. Is it fortunate that I faint in public, or unfortunate that I faint in public? Life question. And what is the meaning of life? Please don't answer that. I don't want people getting all serious up in here. Like, can't believe I just said that. I kind of find that funny. But don't get all serious, because I don't like seriousness. It's like, sometimes seriousness is good, but usually not. Not when you don't have to be. Like, why should YouTube be serious? Like, it's just fun for me. It's nothing serious for me. So you guys don't have to get all serious.